A recent report from student loan refinancing company Laurel Road suggests that a major reason for the disparity is because women are less likely to understand. This is in March of 2018, and this is probably way more than it is now, okay? But when it comes down to women in the workplace, right? And women, you know, they're always like, well, the wage gap, and the wage gap is this, and the wage gap, right? Like Megan Rapinoe, I think, whatever, the lesbian soccer player chick, right? Going to the White House complaining like, I'm an international superstar, and I kick a ball into a net, and I don't make millions and millions and millions of dollars. I only make a couple millions, and I feel so oppressed because nobody watches women's soccer, and we deserve as much as men. It's like, dude, I hate soccer, and I could name like 10 soccer players, right? Zidane, Ronaldo, what's the dude from Argentina? Messi, right? Pele, the ugly British guy, Rooney, right? All the British guys are ugly, except for the British guys in the Hot Dude Army. You know, who else? Right? I mean, you know, I can name two. And the only reason I can know Rapinoe, whatever. Neymar, there you go. I know fucking Rapinoe, whatever the fuck her name is, because she's throwing a temper tantrum, and Hope Solo because she's hot and I want to fuck her. And that's it. Yeah, David Beckham, right? Like, nobody watches women's soccer. Nobody watches women's soccer. That's why you get paid less. It's that fucking simple. I mean, they're trying to take this shit with the WNBA. But it's just hilarious how the entitlement is just through the fucking roof. And then here's another one that's truly hilarious. American women hold 2/3 of all student debt. Here's why. The patriarchy. Men, somehow this is men's fault, right? Americans hold over $1.5 trillion in student debt. Now, this is in updated July 2019, so this is probably way more. Women almost hold $929 billion in outstanding student debt. This is why I when Ryan was on Rule Zero and he's like, women are winning. I'm like, no, they're not. They are not fucking winning. They are not winning whatsoever. A recent report from student loan refinancing company Laurel Road suggests that a major reason for the disparity is because women are less likely to understand. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. Because women are less likely to understand how student debt works. Like, let me just show you how easy it is to alleviate that situation right now. All you need to do is, how does student debt work? Hallelujah. Holy shit. I'm a fucking genius. Literally, this is how you solve your problem. Don't watch 77 hours of How to Be a Whore on Netflix or My Whore Life or whatever fucking trash you put into your fucking brain. Literally, I have solved the equation. This is how you educate yourself. How do student loans work? Let's take a look at a 2-minute long video and see, can we get a comprehensive knowledge?
Paying for college isn't always straightforward. There are many ways students and their families pay
Of course, they have a woman there because that's who the target is.
for college, including scholarships, grants, and family college savings. And even though some institutions may provide financial assistance, federal and private student loans can help families cover the cost of college that other financial aid does not. In fact, 70% of U.S. college students borrow money to help pay for school-related expenses. Before we get into how student loans work, let's answer the basic question, what is a student loan? The simplest definition? A student loan is money that you borrow to help pay for school with the agreement that you'll pay that money back.
Is this a remarkable, like, groundbreaking achievement to understand how a fucking loan works? The major reason for this disparity is because women are less likely to understand how student debt works. Student loan, money that you borrow to help pay for school with the agreement that you'll pay that money back in the future. Am I a genius, or are these people fucking retarded? Or maybe it's both. It's a conspiracy for sure.
In the future, when you pay back a student loan, you pay it back with interest. Your interest rate will depend on the type of student loan you get, federal or private. If you're exploring student loans, your first option should be federal loans in the student's name. These come from the government and have low fixed interest rates. To access federal loans, you'll need to fill out the FAFSA. Private student loans come from banks, private lenders, and other financial institutions. They typically offer both fixed and variable interest rates, which are determined by a credit and income review. Once you take out a student loan, the money will be sent to the school to help cover college expenses like tuition or room and board.
Or your $700 book for your communications degree.
Repayment, or paying back your loan, varies based on the type of loan and terms. Federal student loans are typically designed to be paid off within 10 years after graduation, while private student loans may differ based on the lender's terms. Once your loan enters repayment, you'll make a monthly payment for each student loan you borrowed. If you have any questions along the way, you can always ask your school's financial aid office or speak to your lender directly about any private student loans. To learn more about student loans, visit collegeavstudentloans.com/resources.
So there we go. We just figured out how student loans work in literally 2 minutes. A recent report from student loan refinancing company Laurel Road suggests that a major reason for this disparity is because women are less likely to understand how student debts work. But hello, everything in our media says women are better than men. Why can't they understand math? Parents provide less financial assistance to daughters. That's fucking bullshit. According to the AAUW, upon graduation, women owe $1,500 more than their male peers. Somehow, it's the patriarchy's fault. A major reason is that women are taking on more debt is because they're less likely to get a helping hand from their parents. Okay, that is fucking bullshit. I don't know where the fuck this shit came from, but how many girls do you know that they have daddy's credit card and mommy's fucking credit card, and they pay for their insurance, they pay for their fucking clothes, they pay for their fucking food, whatever? How many of you guys know that shit? I mean, come on, this is bullshit. This is my favorite one. Why? More women go to college. Today, women approximately earn 56% of all bachelor's degree in the United States. As more women go to college, the collective total of student debt held by women increases. That means some of the debt difference in the amount of student debt held by men and women can be attributed to the fact that more women go to college in the first place. Oh, well, you know what that must mean, right? That must mean women are better than men. Let's give it up for them. Shout out, ladies. Good job. You're far more educated than men. First of all, you guys are having some hilarious conversations in the chat. Artemis says, ask your school's financial aid office. You mean the people working in the office who got fleeced by student loans because they didn't understand them either? So here they're trying to. Here we go. More women go to college. 56% of all bachelor's degrees in the United States are held by women. So the debt is increasing. It's encouraging that women are enrolling in college more than ever before, but at the same time, they are taking on larger amount of debt to pay for their dreams. Their dreams of getting raw dogged by me on their first date on Bumble and never talking to them again. Because of factors like gender pay gap, Jesus Christ, which has thoroughly been debunked. Debt that could be manageable ends up becoming unmanageable, particularly for women. So you're telling me women cannot manage their finances? Do you understand like the insanity that these people have to go in circles around? And again, going back to it, guys, the number one reason for this stream is to realize you just got to take these chicks off the pedestal. But we're going to talk about their sex lives next. And I have a like, nice little drawing that I'm going to show you as well. Okay. Now, the pay gap. Women on average earn 81 cents for every dollar earned by a man. Just blatant misinformation. Blatant. This is a fucking lie. All right? For women of color, the gap is even wider. Earning a degree or multiple degrees is one of the few ways that women can increase their wages. No, it's not. You want to make your money, start your own business, okay? A 2018 wage gap report from the Georgetown Center on Education and Workforce found that women must earn one more degree than men in order to overcome these sort of disparities. A woman with a bachelor's degree earns $61,000 per year on average, roughly equivalent to that of a man with an associate's degree, says the report. Do we dare open this fucking report? Yeah, this report is just completely bullshit too, by the way. It's been thoroughly debunked, but it's, again, piece of propaganda, and the only dummies to believe it are women who fucking don't do any research to surface later like, yeah, women are, we're oppressed, right? Don't forget the fact that you go through college and you suck an army of dicks and you choose a shitty degree and you party and you black out and you do drugs the entire time. Forget about that. Somehow it's a man's fault. So let's go to this. More women go to college, right? Okay, cool. So let's go to here. Why are women still choosing the lowest paying jobs? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. The vocational programs that tend to attract females also lead the least lucrative professions. That's hurting them and the economy. By Kelly Field, of course, by the women. In a classroom of a technical college an hour from Atlanta, Kimberly Heinley picks up a welding torch and lowers her face shield. Sparks fly around her as she melts metal, joining iron to iron. 3 months into an evening welding program where she's the only woman, the 44-year-old former tattoo artist, just so from one phenomenal career to another, says she feels like she's one of the guys. I don't like working with women. Their drama, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. That is the pot calling the kettle fucking black. I've always gotten along with guys well. I'm a real smartass. Yeah, guarantee she's single as well. When she finishes a certificate at West Georgia Tech College next year, Heinley will be trained in the field the Bureau of Labor Statistics says pays $40,000 a year, money that will help support her 4 kids aged 7 to 25. I mean, like, how are we supposed to take this serious? Okay. During the last academic year, U.S. and colleges, trade schools awarded nearly 1 million certificates, almost 60% of them to women. Yet just 6% of those in welding, the most popular program among men, went to women. Because, wait a minute. You're telling me the one that is physically demanding, can literally make you go blind, is hot, is sweaty, and is difficult. Women didn't choose it? It must be a conspiracy. Somehow it's men's fault. So where are all the female students? They're in the salon next door, learning about cosmetology, and in the nursing classroom nearby, administering rag baths to mannequins. And when they graduate, they'll barely earn 2/3 of what Heinley makes, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. At a time when there's an acute shortage of welders and other tradespeople, hardly any women are being trained for those and other well-paying jobs. This is more than 40 years after Congress banned sex discrimination in American education. Could it be that certain genders want to do certain things? Could it be? Experts offer several reasons for this split, including gender stereotypes and a threat, the boogeyman, the threat of workplace harassment in male-dominated jobs. Let me give you a breaking news here. If you're a man and you do a shitty job in a workplace, other men will harass you as well, okay? It's just what men do. We verbally abuse each other so that we can rise up. It's just that simple. Okay? That is what men do. They berate each other, they make fun of each other until they either rise up or quit. You don't like it? Well, fucking join the Girl Scouts. But employers and advocates agree it's hurting both women and the economy, leaving families stuck in poverty and businesses scrambling for workers in fields such as IT and advanced manufacturing, where they're growing troublingly scarce. For all you guys out there who are looking for jobs, IT is hot, okay? You can get, once you make six figures in IT, there's no going back. You're just going to make six figures for life, okay? My buddy, Josh, eLift program, he's in the chat. He is running out of time because so many people are coming to him learning how to code. And within 6 months, he's getting them jobs. He's getting them fucking well-paying jobs. And they're learning hard skills where they can work from home remotely. Shocker. So-called middle-skill jobs such as welding, automotive repair, cosmetology, medical assisting account for 53% of the United States labor market, but only 43% of workers are trained to the middle skill level, okay? Middle skill jobs require more than a high school diploma, but less than a bachelor's degree. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. If you're aspiring to be a medical assistant, you're fucking retarded, okay? Cosmetology, you're also retarded because the probability of you making good money in those fields is very, very, very low, okay? You want to go to fields of work that are in high demand, all right? Medical assisting is going to be wiped out by fucking robots sooner. Not necessarily within our lifetime, but it's getting more and more easy to just hire cheap immigrant workers and or like getting robots to redo this shit. Okay? It's if you're going to get into medical field, become a nurse. Go become an actual registered nurse. Be an LPN, bachelor's in science, okay? Not a certified nursing assistant where you go change out the bedpans of people shitting the beds all day. All right? Getting more women into non-traditional certificate programs could help lift more families into the middle class and ease a labor shortage that is expected to grow only worse as more baby boomers retire. Okay? What's the solution to this? You know what it is. You got to bring in more immigrants, right? Got to stick to the script. Somehow it's men's fault. White men. Yet not much is being done to change the enrollment pattern. We're missing something obvious that would help employers and help the economy, says Barbara Galt, the executive director of Institute of Women's Policy Research. Women make up 55% of middle skill workers, but 83% of those jobs that pay less than. But 83% of those jobs of those in jobs that pay less than $30,000 a year. What the fuck is correctly written? But 83% of those in jobs that pay. Women make up 55% of middle school workers, but 83% of those in jobs that pay $30,000 a year, according to that. Okay. And the median wage for women with a certificate is $27,864 compared to $44,191. Okay. See, now we have to dig. Much of that gap is due to occupational segregation, women clustering in low-paying careers, including cosmetology and... Okay. All right. This is how... Okay. So they're saying middle school workers, which can be also welders and automotive repair. Like everybody has a car in America, and that fucking car is going to break down. It's a ticking time bomb of money. Welding is absolutely needed. So I know what they're fucking doing. This is how they're manipulating the data. Again, if people don't do the surface level research, they just look at things on the surface. They don't dig, right? When you dig, you always find what you want. How do you think I found MGTOW Dictionary? I found out he was that fucking dirty little scumbag Sidney P. Raghunath, right? That's why he's retiring. Yeah, see that? He's given up, just like all black pill losers. He's quitting once again. That's another W for me. I'll take that one. So what they're saying is like, okay, so man has certificate X, woman has certificate B, but because they both have certificates, so a guy has a certificate in welding and a woman has a certificate in fucking cosmetology, they're comparing 27,864 to 44,191. Much of that gap is due to occupational segregation, women clustering in more low-paying careers, including cosmetology and childcare, and more lucrative professions. Oh, right there, explain it right here. Jesus, I'm so smart. As welding and automotive repair, right? So again, they have the freedom of choice, but they're just making bad choices. Okay. Today, women and girls make up a third of students in so-called non-traditional vocational schools, those which 3/4 or more of the workforce is male. But many certificate programs are still dominated by one gender in a surprising sense. 94% of welding certificates went to men in the last academic year, and 95% of cosmetology certificates went to women. An analysis of data provided by the United States U.S. Department of Education. In some high-growth, high-paying programs, such as information technology, IT, and advanced manufacturing, the share of women and girls is smaller than it was a decade ago because they're more weak. It's funny. We'll talk about that later this week. Title IX made it illegal for schools to steer students in a particular field based on their gender and required institutions to ensure that the disproportionate enrollment was not a result of discrimination, right? So, but it's okay that more women get more degrees than men, but we can't, that's not a discrimination at all, right? Okay. Hilarious. It's hilarious. Just hilarious. I'll put this link to the article in the chat.